You know, today we're able to communicate better than any other time in history. Cell phones make it possible to talk to loved ones instantly from anywhere they are in the world. The internet, in addition, allows us to communicate directly with anybody we choose and also brings us all of humanity's collective knowledge all at once. But remember, all these communications that we rely on are very fragile. They rely on a complex infrastructure of towers, satellites, cables, electronics. They're all vulnerable to a wide range of threats. Things like weather events, EMP, or even as recently as we saw in Vegas, cyber attacks can severely damage equipment in your area and could prevent you from getting to reach your loved ones or call for help. What happens if these outages last for a long time? Do you have any other way to communicate? This is why today we're going to be talking about radio, GMRS in general, and the RA86 mobile GMRS radio and why it might make a good choice for you. So what you see in front of you here, aside from my other communications gear, is a option for GMRS radio. For those of you that are interested in GMRS radio, this is a very small, easy, compact, easy to install radio that you might want to put into your vehicle or even use in your home as a base unit. And it doesn't cost a fortune either. It's pretty darn good. Before we get started, I want to talk to you about what GMRS is. It's General Mobile Radio Service. Basically, you'll sign up on the FCC website. You pay $35 for a call sign. It lasts for 10 years before you have to renew it. Okay? It's really, really simple. No study, no tests, no hours of taking tests, no studying for it. Just a quick pay, and probably the next morning you'll have your GMRS call sign. You will be able to use that call sign as well as all of your immediate family. There are repeaters available for GMRS radios. So it's kind of a crossover from ham radio, sort of a little more freer, more like CB, but you won't get the worldwide range on it. You're just going to be able to get what FM radio can get you on the particular frequencies. So it is a very handy communication service, and if you happen to have an active or local GMRS repeater in your area, and I happen to have 3 here, it's very handy. So before we talk too much more and bore you to tears, I'm going to tell you about this little radio. And basically, the whole radio is going to be run from this little handheld microphone unit here. Okay? I'm actually really impressed with this thing. It's very well made. It's rugged. It rivals some of the other more expensive units that cost twice as much. And it's pretty easy to program and install. The people I talked to gave me excellent signal reports. I'm pretty much happy with it. Now, when I was doing that, I was using my outdoor antenna. This is a Retevis RA86 unit here, okay? I have an antenna outside. It's a short little stubby antenna, nothing huge, but it is an outdoor antenna. It's a fiberglass antenna. And again, GMRS is kind of sort of like a secondary communication service to me, so I'm not too worried about having a great antenna out there. As long as it gets out and does what it's supposed to do, I'm happy with it. So that's what I was using. This radio does come complete. It even comes with a little antenna, and we'll get into that in a minute. Granted, it's not the best antenna, but I'm telling you something. If you want a full thing, you get your license, you're like, okay, now what do? I want to put one of these in my car. This is how you do it. Very, very simple, easy to put together, and comes with a little antenna. I'll show you the antenna. Of course, you're probably going to want to upgrade after a while because it's a short, little, stubby, tiny little antenna. But it will work well for your local area and maybe your local repeaters in the meantime. Now, before we get too into this, I did want to mention that there are tons of sales going on right now on Retevis. I will put links down below. They are having their Prime Day for the 10th and the 11th, their Prime Day sales, all right? And the sale's going to be mostly on their most popular products, a lot of the handhelds. The website does have a coupon for this particular radio. It's RA86 GMRS. I will put that down below. You get $10 off plus the sale price. So it's very, very good going on right now on Retevis' site. The links will be down below for that. Don't worry about that. It'll go to their site down there, and you'll be able to get some serious good savings off it because they're having their Prime Day sale, and it's going to be pretty darn good. If you're looking for communications and you're looking to start somewhere, GMRS is a good starting place. Now, it does require a little bit of knowledge of repeaters and offsets and all that, but to talk simplex, it requires none of that. You just pretty much talk on the radio. Simple as that. So, I've been really impressed with it. It's worked pretty well. What I'm going to do is hook it up, and I'm going to explain to you some of the things as we hook it up, some of the things I might change on it in the future. But let's get a little bit closer down here and show you what it's all about. All right, so the first thing is the antenna. Now, yeah, that's a tiny little antenna. It is a magnetic antenna. It does have quite a decent amount of very thin coax. Probably going to be something I upgrade if I do decide to install this in my vehicle. But for the time being, just for testing, you know, we're even going to try it in here and see how it works without the external antenna, because I like to do stuff as it comes. We're going to try it out here. I'm just going to stick this metal base on top of my little ammo can and radio up there and see if that's enough for a ground plane to reach our local repeaters. Anyway, that's the antenna. Yeah, you might want to upgrade it, but if you're a new GMRS user and you just get your license and you want to get it on the air, there you go. I like that feature. It's not the best, but it'll work. And it does work pretty well. As you can tell, I've unwrapped it and tested it. You will get a manual, helpful manual there, pretty decent manual. Mine did come with a programming cable. Now here's the trick with this programming cable. You'll notice it's got a little mini pin connector and a USB-C. I did use it to program the radio on 2 frequencies and one I did manually. You're going to wonder, where the heck do I put this thing? There's no plugs anywhere. It doesn't have an RJ45 connector for up front here, and I have to push that in. That's fine. You put it in the speaker jack. So you will be programming it from the speaker jack. When you get this, of course, your microphone and your radio will be separated. It's just the RJ45 connector in there, fits right in, and then you can kind of work this piece down here. I don't want to let that fall. You work this piece down in there and kind of stuff it in and make it all nice and neat and tidy. The connector on the back is for your power, okay? It does come with more power cable. It does come with a cigarette lighter plug. Again, for the new user, great. I can plug this right into my car. I don't have to do any kind of wiring under the hood or anything. Very handy. I'm probably going to change it to an Anderson connector because, as you can tell, I use a lot of Anderson power poles out here. So I'll probably change this over to an Anderson from the cigarette lighter adapter. But again, it's all ready to go. It's ready to run. You get your mic clip and all the little twisties for the side there, I call them. They're basically your screws for your mount. You will have a mobile mount here. You'll get these little sticky things, double stick tape things. They're magnetic. If your car has a lot of fiberglass and the antenna doesn't want to stick on it, these are a lifesaver. So basically, you're not going to get much of a ground plane, but you'll be able to stick the antenna outside, and you'll get 4 of those. So that's pretty much that. So let me hook up the radio and show you what it looks like, show you the menus, and kind of finish up the video and let you know where you can pick one up. All right, so I'm going to explain the setup really quick. Again, literally, I just plugged that antenna in, stuck the extra wire underneath it to show you the radio. I'm going to lift you up a little bit to show you where I have the antenna parked on, up the top of this metal ammo can with my 2-meter 440 radio in it up here. Very, very simple. We're just going to see how well it works. I do have it plugged in here, of course, to a 12-volt cigarette lighter adapter down below. And this is what it's going to look like. Now I'm going to turn it off so you can see what it looks like when it turns on. You're just going to hold this power button up top. Okay. There you go. Now, a word of explanation on the repeater channels. You have 22 channels complete on this, okay? And you have 8 repeater channels. Now, you notice that little mountaintop there? It's like a mountain with an arrow going up and down. That's where you're going to set your CTCS tones, your offsets, all that. It automatically does the offset. It automatically does the offset. You don't have to worry about that. But you'll notice if I go down one, let's go down a channel. It's just channel 19. If I go up, there's that little thing. So that's where you're going to put your programming and all that stuff in. I'm going to quickly try to hit this. There you go. So I can hit that repeater from here. Now, another thing I thought when I got this radio, I was like, oh man, the speaker's in here. So as deep as I hide this in my vehicle, I'm still going to have to find a place to stick that external speaker off the back. Don't worry. In the menu, we'll start with the menu. You can go through high or low. Okay. In the menu, you can choose what speaker you want to do. Whoop, let's go through here. Your wideband, of course. This is your code for this particular frequency. Now, another thing too, your code. Okay, this is a receive code. Your code, we'll get back to that in a sec. Your code is going to correspond to the manual. Let me explain that to you. Let's say your PL code is 100. Well, you're going to have to look it up in here, okay? I hope you guys can see it. I know the lighting isn't the best here. 100 is CTC 20, okay? You're just going to see the CTC numbers on the radio. They're going to show you the corresponding codes. Kind of a pain in the neck, not the end of the world. But just so you know, when you see, oh my gosh, what's CTC 13 mean? You know? All right, so let's go back to the menus here. Wideband, your CTC code, your receive CTC if it has it, your squelch level. Your mic gain is adjustable. Your repeater is on for channel 13 and channel 19 there. Call tone, we're not going to use it, but it has in there your key tone is on. I can turn that off if I want. Matter of fact, let's turn it off. Kind of annoying. Roger beep, that's up to you guys. Your Vox, of course, it does have Vox, and that is off currently. Timeout timer. Your backlight, you can set that for low or as bright as you want, or any other different colors. Okay, I kind of like that. I'm liking that green. Anyway, your brightness, you can take it up or down. Okay, and your sleep time, which is 10 seconds, that screen there. Now, I have dual speaker selected. Watch this. Mic speaker only. So now, when I transmit or receive, I can hear it through here, and I don't even need to worry about this. Very, very cool there. Let's get back to where we were. Got to remember, that time's out quickly. Anyway, so there's your speakers. You can choose to do both, like I had, or you can just choose to do one. Now, I have dual here, okay? So if I want to select it to bass, or to dual, or to microphone, I'm going to do dual myself, because I just think that's kind of handy. So anyway, that's how you do it. So you can scroll through all these settings. It's very easy to set. When you get on a repeater channel, and that's going to be one of those channels with that little mountain and the arrows on it, that's when you're going to set your CTCS tones, and you can save it in there. So very, very easy to do. It does have a scan or monitor, so you can monitor the frequency if you hear somebody way out there. Close that off. So if you hear somebody in the background, you can't really pick them up, you can take off your squelch temporarily. It does have a call channel button and a lock button. So it's very, very easy to use. Now, in truth and advertising here, this repeater is literally line of sight out of my garage, maybe 4 miles away. Not a big thing to hit. However, if we bump up a channel here, see how it's going to 18? Okay, 18, and there's your repeater, and there's not repeater. You got to remember, when you see that, that's the repeater. Let's see if it works. Okay. That's a good 60 miles away on low potency mountain, maybe 50 miles. Okay, you see I didn't have a full scale of bars there, but still, even with that little tiny antenna, it still managed to get out. Not complaining about that. For those of you locally, that's the 700 machine. So I really like the little radio. It's got a bunch of little features on it. You have dual speakers there, so you can choose which way you want to hear and receive. You aren't going to see frequencies like in my other GMRS radio. There's frequencies displayed. This is just going to give you channel names. A little bit easier for you folks who are kind of new to radio and may not understand, oh, what's this frequency mean? This is so confusing. So if you just want to start out with a very good basic radio and you want to be able to only have one thing to control the whole thing, you can do everything right from here. Would it be nice to be able to program it, with a computer? Yeah, and you can do that. But it made it a little easier, the two channels I did put in there. But when you pull down those settings in the radio, and the app is on Retevis' site, when you pull down all the settings in the radio and all the frequencies, very easy to see what's there, not difficult at all. You just simply take your repeater channels, and you put in your tones. Now, through some of the channels, some of the frequencies, if I can show you in here, there will be low power because they're shared with FRS, which is the family radio service. Those are those radios that you see in Walmart, in the little blister packs. You will see that channel 7 through channel 12, no, through 14, I'm sorry, are used for that purpose. But here are the rest of the channels here. Okay. So you can transmit on those channels. You're just stuck with low power on those channels, and you're not able to do any kind of repeater work or anything like that because those are shared with the FRS band. So all in all, for the price, this little Retevis RA86 seems pretty darn good. Has a whole lot of features, and we all know with modern cars, recently I had my Jeep bumper repaired because somebody rammed me in a parking lot while I was out shopping, and I had a rental car. And I got this little thing, what was it, Mazda, I think? First of all, it was like driving an iPad with wheels. All right, everything was controlled from the screen and everything. It was a gas-powered car. It wasn't an electric, but it took a little bit. I actually had to Google how to use the entertainment system. But I'm looking at this thing going, how the heck would I install radios in this car? There's no room. It's like a little cockpit, and that's it. You're in that little spot. Something like this, shove it under your seat, run this up next to you, where the little side arm rest is. And there you go. Your whole radio is right here. Easily run the little wire outside. Granted, the antenna is a bit of a compromise, but it works. If I'm able to hit a repeater, just using that as a ground plane, about 50 miles away on low potency mountain, hey, I'm not complaining. So let me give you a little bit of information on the radio itself, and then we'll finish up. I did want to let you listen to the audio on this. This is the 7.0. So just so you get a little bit of a taste of the audio, and there's one guy here that's just wildly overmodulated and loud. But not him. But it sounds really good. Honestly, the radio itself sounds really, really good. Even this smaller little speaker on the mic itself is a really nice little addition. So I'm pleased with it. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm thinking about putting it in my Jeep because it's nice to have GMRS in there. I do have a couple of repeater frequencies programmed in for Vegas as well. If I'm going back and forth to Vegas for any reason, I always will have those frequencies put in there. So I'm thinking about putting it in there. I'm not really sure yet because I already got 2 ham radios in there. Do I really want something else in there? I might. There's never enough. Anyway, folks, like I said, the price on this, you can save up to $55 right now. These were $189.99, okay? Right now, they're $134.99. And I have a code for you down at the bottom to save another $10. So for $124, you can pick up one of these and have it to install pretty much anywhere in your vehicle. Another neat point on this is the fact that it does have the little cigarette lighter adapter, so you can just pull it out with you and take it with you. If you are in a rental car, if you're going on a vacation somewhere and you're using a rental car, you can use this in the rig. Not going to damage your thing up there with this little tiny antenna. Just stick it on the roof, run this outside a little window or something where it won't be damaged, a door, maybe a door frame, and you're good to go. You're set. So hope you guys enjoyed the review of the radio. I really do like it. I did want to tell you quickly what you're going to get. Of course, you're going to get the radio base, the speaker mic, the car charger that does have extra fuse, the car charger holder, I'm sorry, that does have extra fuses in it. So if you blow a fuse, even that's taken care of. You're going to have your microphone bracket, your mobile mounting bracket. You got 22 channels, 22 GMRS channels on this. Of course, it's 20 watts on high, 5 watts on low. Adds a nice little boost to your power. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed the video. The link for this will be down below. Don't forget to check it out. Don't forget to check out all our other links as well. Okay, we have our Thrive Life link down there. Don't forget to check that out. You don't have to be a member to order something off that and try it out. If you like it, you can become a delivery customer. Heck, you can become a consultant if you want, but you don't have to. Definitely check them out. When supplies run low, Thrive usually is the last guy to run out of everything. So we're starting to see incredible volume pick up on all these preparedness food stores. So definitely check Thrive out. We have our freeze-dried wholesaler link as well. Do check him out. I know a lot of his stuff says out of stock. That's, just so you guys know, you can order it, but it's on back order and it will be shipped. It might take a week or two, but it'll get to you. That's because he's making it. He has the stuff. He has to freeze dry it. And that takes a couple days process to get all that done. So don't hesitate to order from him. The freeze dry wholesale link I have down below is going to save you 15% on your order. So definitely check that out. We have our Amazon affiliate store. Folks, if you're not shopping, if you shop with Amazon and you use my link, it really helps out the channel a lot. Plus, I have all of the gear that I use in the channel, little things here and there that you might see, along with some of the items I review in that down there on the Amazon affiliate store. And of course, our My Patriot Supply link. That's preparewithiridium.com. Like I said in a couple other videos, we've seen a huge increase in orders from them. People are starting to get worried and get stocked up. So get your orders in before the panic. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.